Data Protection Officer, a new role in the world of data privacy. Let's talk about this new role in this video and a lot more about it in subsequent videos. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you have been regularly getting new content on data privacy. Let's talk about what privacy is and how is it relevant for organizations and who helps them ensure that they are compliant with data privacy. Data privacy in a very simple terms is my right to choose what personal information do I want to share, with whom do I want to share this information, what is the purpose of sharing this information, and to accomplish that purpose, is it required to be further shared with another third party? If yes, again, it's my choice whether I allow it to be further shared with any other third party or not. Okay, I can give you several examples that I have been using all along my channel. Bank account opening form, for example, they'll ask you for your basic details. You fill up the form, and you don't need to provide extra information about your family details until you want to make someone a joint account holder or a nominee. And at the end of it, they say, okay, we'll open the account and we'll send you mail by courier on your account activities or your checkbook, etc. And you can say, no, I don't want that, because you don't want your address and phone number to be shared with a third party courier agency. Right? So it's your choice, and the bank has to work accordingly. Right? This process of collecting your information, processing it, sharing it with a third party is also called consent management. That's one of the key important relevant part of data privacy. Data privacy in general gives you those rules and laws that as a user, if you see that your information is being wrongly used, that is different from the purpose for which it was collected, wrongly shared, that is despite you saying no to getting a checkbook delivered at home, you still get it at home, then you can use those rules and laws to protect your interests. Now, just talking of a checkbook is something which is not very significant, but if your personal information, which could include your biometrics or your personal images, pictures, are being wrongly used, then also you can invoke the data privacy laws to help in your respective geography. I have a full video on what are these personal informations, also known as PIIs or personally identifiable information, and a lot of content on consent management also on my channel, so you can go through them and increase your awareness about those topics. So what does it all need, right? Who has this information that we are talking of, your personal information? It's there with a collector. Who is the collector? Collector is the person who is collecting the information, right? For example, the banker is collecting your personal information for a purpose, so he is responsible for processing it for a purpose, and because he is collecting the information, he is also responsible for storing and sharing your information with any other party if required and if consented by you, if permitted by you. And who is the processor? Processor is the person who is processing the information on behalf of the collector. In the example we did, the processor's role is only delivering you the checkbook, right? But the core processing of opening the account and everything is done by the bankers themselves, right? So there will be a lot of cases either for a particular part of the purpose or for the whole purpose where collector and processor is the same agency. But as we see for the last couple of decades, a lot of companies outsource their jobs to third parties. So therefore processor could be different from the collector, but they need to have an agreement between them as to who is handling what and how are they handling it, right? So processor is then it becomes equally responsible for sharing, and actually the chances of breach are more from processor side as well, because it's his team or his employees who are handling your personal information. So information collector may not always be the processor or may not be the full processor of the information collected for the given purpose, but both of them are therefore handling personal information of customers. So what do they need? They need to make sure that their employees are very well educated on handling the information. They need the entire organization to be educated about the compliances that have come in with privacy. They need to ensure it is collected properly. It has been collected with a free consent, with a very, very clear purpose defined at the time of consent. That's one of the most important requirements of data privacy, purpose definition. The information is safely stored and shared wherever and if required. Again, the sharing also has to be with consent. The information sharing, local and international, is well managed. And when we say well managed, it is like saying that you are sharing my personal information with an outside world, then it should comply with the laws in that country as well. Or you are pulling out information from some other geography into processing it for me, then again that the laws of that respective country have to be taken care of, apart from taking care of your own local laws. And there has someone to be there to build the customer trust and meet regulatory compliances to ensure that the collection and processing part of data is very well handled. Right? There are very huge breaches in each of the countries if the personal information is mishandled, wrongly shared, or if there is any breach of the personal information. So who is supposed to do all these for the organization, whether it's a collector or a processor? The GDPR has nominated a designation called DPO, the Data Protection Officer, who is responsible for helping the organization achieve the goals of data privacy. The smooth collection, the smooth storage, the smooth sharing, the compliances, the handling of information by internal users, the handling of information by processors and maybe sub-processors, all they fall under the DPO roles, though there might be slight variations from country to country, but the base premise is that the DPO, the Data Protection Officer, is responsible for helping the company achieve compliances and build customer trust when it comes to personal information of customer, whether it's a collector or a processor, right? So DPO role is a very critical role. It's a senior position. It could be an internal person, and ideally, depending on the size of the organization, it should be an internal person. However, if the organization is small, or if the data is not very sensitive, right? So there's a sensitive personal information as well. Then in that case, you can outsource a DPO who can come and guide your people. But remember that the data protection officer role or data privacy compliance roles are not IT functions. Privacy is a business function, not an IT function. However, depending on the knowledge level and the way our organization handles information, sometimes some organizations give this as an additional role to one of their senior IT people also. So again, it depends on the size and the sensitivity of the data or the information an organization handles, then the role of DPO, the definition of DPO could change from organization to organization. The key role or the key importance of his role is to help you meet the regulatory compliances for your own country, for outside, what are the legal requirements, how is information supposed to be handled and shared, help you manage the risk of information being shared, processed, and breached. Now again, as I said, it's not an IT role, so it's not his responsibility to see whether your storage is well protected or not, or whether your file server logins are well created or not. But it's his responsibility to ensure that he has a confirmation from the IT people that they are handling it properly, and he has guided the IT people on what is proper handling. It's his responsibility to build customer trust and adapt to all the possible global standards, especially if it's a multinational company and dealing with different geographies, then adapting to global standards when it comes to handling personal information of different users. That is the basic initiation of what a DPO is and what is his basic role. In the next few videos, I would be getting into details of the role of DPO and also on the role of DPO with individual compliances worldwide, including the Indian's DPDP Act. So stay tuned with my channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, press like and bell icon if you like the content, and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.